Down in the basement with the VHS. On a scale of 1 to 6, which one is the best? Ninjas, monsters, rock and roll. I got analog blood and a beta soul. Neon Lord with the glug jug handy. Tonight's the night for raviolis for Randy. Raviolis, raviolis for Randy. Raviolis, raviolis for Randy. Mac and me, Munchie and Mandy. Raviolis, raviolis for Randy. Raviolis for Randy tonight.
909-5464. Go get the phone. I said get it, not eat it.
What's up, Neon Maniacs? We are here with a special edition artist spotlight with my pal, one of the best artists I've ever worked with, and I just pronounce his name completely wrong all the time. But you said I could say what again?
Yeah, you can. It's Łukasz.
Yeah,
It's all good.
Luke is good. I like Luke. It's a little Star Wars flavor to it.
Yes. I recently we watched Star Wars with my daughter, the classic trilogy. So I'm good with Star Wars. I'm not good with Disney. So that's
yeah, perfect.
That's the thing.
All right, so let's dig right into it. Let me what got you into comic book illustration, and then even from there into gaming illustration?
It's a long. If I would need to start from the whole beginning, it would be the fact that there were always books and comics in my home, my home when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was 80s, and I had older brother, like 7 years of difference. So every comic book that appeared in Poland, and there wasn't too many back then, appeared in our home. My dad used to read me comics,
mm-hmm.
And from there, when I started to draw, I draw from comics. Yes, and
yeah.
I drew comics, and then forward like 30 years later, I realized that this is the thing I would like to do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Before, I used to do a lot of various stuff like graphic design. By degree, I am teacher of Polish language, etc., etc. But the comics were always around. And at some point, when someone actually asked me about rates, about page rate, about rates for my illustrations, I realized that there is a slight chance that I can make a living thanks to comics. But even if I wouldn't make a living, if it wouldn't be my profession, it would be my, passion. It's comics, mainly comics. It's my life. It's very important part of my life. Together with family, together with all this, basic stuff, comics are very important. I don't have any art degree. I didn't go to art school. At some point when I was 14 or 15, I was thinking about art high school, but then I decided that I don't want to study with hippies, and that was...
Yeah, that makes sense. Perfect sense. So what got you into drawing for role-playing games? What was the first gaming art that you did?
The first gaming art that I did, the first gaming art I did was the cover art for TPK Zine by Michael Francis. I think it was free. Yeah, that's the same Michael Francis, but this is
a different one? What's
this is Glam Monster Hunter. But the first one, the first art, like official RPG art, it was TPK.
uh-huh.
And I think that I did also, I don't remember if it was earlier or later, I did a series of Inktober illustrations for a game called Kill
Sector.
Kill Sector, yes.
Yep.
I did Inktober, and it was dedicated. It was somehow. It was very these words, these topics were. I did variations for Kill Sector, but officially, like it was TPK, and the first ever game-related illustration was back in primary school when I was 13. I sent some illustrations to Magia i Miecz, which is Magic and Sword magazine, and it was published. It was one illustration from in '98 or something like that. So I just at some point I decided that it would be nice, it would be interesting to try and illustrate games, to try my skills as RPG illustrator, as wargaming illustrator, because I always liked such stuff, like old Warhammer, Warzone, I mean Doom Trooper or Mutant Chronicles, Call of Cthulhu. It was always somewhere around.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I'm trying to find this first TPK book. I didn't realize that you did like one prior, because I first saw you was on that Glam Metal Monster Hunter. That's how I first saw it.
Yeah, it wasn't much later. I think it was few months. It was few months later. Michael did the zine, and then he was already working on his game. It was one of the first, I think. There was a time when I was trying to send my portfolios to some publishers. It didn't work out. Then few years later I tried again. I had good contact with Michael because he was reviewing he was writing for Atomic Elbow Professional Wrestling zine.
Right.
So we knew each other from Atomic Elbow, and somehow it went in this direction that now I'm comics creator and illustrator specialized in tabletop.
Yeah, I saw that, and I talked to him about it, and then that's how I had to get you on board for some of that Neon Lords action, because then you did the DM screen. I'll post that up for everyone. I'm sure if you're watching this, you've seen the iconic art, the beat 'em up style that turned into the cool dice bag, you know.
Yeah, I have it as well. The only dice bag I have is a dice bag with my drawings. And the first time I saw Neon Lords, I noticed Neon Lords online was when you started Instagram. And there was Mustafa Bekir's I slaughtered names as well.
No, that's pretty damn close to what it is.
Pretty damn close. So yeah. I saw Brutacorn drawing.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that I even commented something, but it was like 3 years ago.
You know, I want to say you might have been. I don't know. It was a long time ago now, but because you did the logo, which is on the screen right now, and it's like phenomenal. I would say like you were definitely in the beginning. I don't remember. It was like forever ago now, if you really think about it. But like, yeah. So you've been on the in the get go from the beginning. So you got a definitely a big style, right? Like your style is unmatched by anyone in the like. You see a piece of your art, you know it's yours. Like, what is a huge like? What's your influences?
Oh man, it's. I could, if you have like 8 hours or so, I can talk about influences for the whole day, but it's. I usually say something like Robert Crumb mixed with Jack Kirby and some Polish authors like Janusz Christa, whatever. And like but the list can go forever and ever and ever. So, but Crumb, Kirby, yeah, that's the main influence style-wise. I think I don't draw realistic anatomy, generic stuff, and I don't draw beautiful or nice people. I can't do it. So they are usually ugly, just like us. We are ugly as well. So
Right.
my drawings are realistic in the way that the world is full of ugliness.
Yeah.
And grotesque people, or even not grotesque, not ugly. People are beautiful by default, but you know what I mean. It's
Yeah.
like we don't look. People don't look like in on fucking MTV. Like
Yeah. It's more of a realistic approach rather than.
We are not supermodels. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good word. So,
that works.
I like grotesque. I like to draw people like that, draw monsters and mutants like that. I really like stuff. I think that you don't need to draw nice.
Right.
This is very this is very hard to. The definition is very hard. Like in school, children are taught that you draw nice or not.
Right.
What does it mean? It means nothing. So I like when someone has style. I like to know when I see a picture or I see a comic book, I know who did it. Like immediately. That means that this is something. This is something worth my time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I like when people say I like when people say something like this about my art, that this is maybe it's not beautiful, it's not anatomically correct. I don't know I don't know some stuff about art, but it's something like you can remember it.
Absolutely.
So that's very important, because if you see Kirby's drawings, for example, you see that he wasn't anatomically correct. Like his hands, faces, everything was. There was something about it.
Yeah, blocky.
It
like
wasn't
if you,
correct. Yes.
Yeah, his fingers are like rectangles.
Yes. That's why I don't like when it comes to Rob Liefeld. I don't. I'm very tired of this, feet joke.
Oh yeah. I'm a huge Rob Liefeld fan.
I don't give a if I would like to read about anatomy, if I would like to see correct and nice pictures, I would buy a fucking anatomy book.
Yeah, exactly. But then,
I like comics. I like, so that's, and you can say a lot of things about Rob Liefeld, a lot of unpleasant things, and he did a lot of wrong things, but anatomy isn't the problem here.
Yeah.
Like, not at all. And when you see his pictures, you know it's him.
Yep, that's the thing too. Like, yeah, he may not be the best at feet or whatever, but a Rob Liefeld's a Rob Liefeld. You know who it is. It's not like a generic. It's not generic at all. See, like I'd rather have art that isn't anatomically correct and stylistic over like boring, the same thing. Like,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
It's like I can't stand him. I can't listen to him. I try to listen to. I've had this. I've had this time when I thought that he's full of that he's a volcano of positive energy. But when you hear him like once, twice, he's repeating himself, and he's not right about much stuff. But again, the anatomy, the feet is not the problem here. Like there are other problems. So that's the thing about influences. There are like a lot of it, like books, like comics, hundreds of titles of movies, of games. Like I'm surrounded by this stuff in studio.
Yeah.
And there is always some inspiration. There is a huge pile of books and comics and art books, whatever to read, music to listen, movies to watch. It's never ending. It's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I know you're a big Mad Balls fan.
Yes, I am, and I am sorry that I wasn't around enough online when there was a mini series like Mad Ball Comics returned for 3 issues. It was published by Lion Forge Comics, but I wasn't aware. So
yeah, I've been getting the Garbage Pail Kids versus Mad Balls comic books. Those are pretty cool.
Yes, Dynamite did them, and I didn't check it because I don't like the publisher, but it's me. It's like I know these books are cool, but the publisher did some stuff during last few years that I'm like, okay, I will wait.
Yeah,
I will find it in the bin. I have nothing against artists or writers who did this. I am a little bit jealous of I am a little bit jealous, but I don't like Dynamite comics at the moment. So
I understand. It's the same thing with.
I was like, oh wow, Garbage Pail Kids and Mad Balls and Dynamite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons and Dragons. Like, it's the same exact thing. Like, I refuse to get anything from them. Like, I don't blame the people who make the games or anything. It's a crappy publisher.
Yeah, that's the problem. But also the choice, the freedom of choice we have, the access. Even if I don't have the access like you in States,
Right?
We don't have local comic shops on almost every corner here. The physical copies of back issues of comics of every pop culture related thing, like I don't know, DVDs, whatever, video games, the vintage stuff. And by vintage, we already talk about late 2000s.
Right.
We don't have this kind of access, but still there is a lot of it. So we have so much choice that we don't need to of current stuff or the past that we don't have to support the publishers or companies that we don't want to. It's like I don't like the publisher. I won't go online on their site and attack the people who like it or attack the publisher. I just don't give it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it's the freedom of choice is the best thing. Vote with your wallet. Like, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Absolutely.
As long as the publisher, as long as the company, or in many cases corporation, doesn't, they don't do something evil, I'm okay. But that's the thing. We have a lot of choice, and if we go digital, and I don't read digital now, but I used to when I had working iPad. Now it's ancient. It's dead. The choice is even bigger. So
Yeah. So you don't mind digital comics?
I don't mind. I don't mind digital comics. I don't mind digital format at all. I don't have I don't have too much space.
Yeah.
It's like this is a part of collection. It's not big because I sold some of stuff, but I don't mind because digital is cheaper because we still talk about legally bought or just legal stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Digital is cheaper. It doesn't take space, and when I buy physical stuff, comic book or book, it is really something special that I really want to have on my shelf. And even with this, but even now, I sometimes buy too much, and there is too much stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, where do you stop? Like, that's the problem with collecting. You never stop collecting. There's always
you stop when you don't have you have kids to feed, and
yeah.
When you don't have place and you don't have money, you should stop. There is a good practice to once in a year, maybe 2 years, just sell or give away some part of your collection that you don't need, that you won't read. Yeah, I know it sounds like a thing to do. However, sometimes I ask myself, will I really read this particular book, or will I really play or watch this movie? I think I'm not a proper, I'm not a proper collector, maybe.
Well, it's more of a, I mean, there's a difference between like the guy who collects like everything sealed, like just to have it, rather than the collector who consumes the media, which is not like, that's the better part. And then
that's the best part. If someone comes here and want to borrow comic book, I don't have a big problem with it. It's like I don't have the books in caskets, like graded like 9.9. You can't touch it.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with toys. I have 7-year-old daughter who she visits me in the studio. I won't say to her that don't touch these toys, like from some shit from 80s and 90s, some turtles or wrestlers, because toys are for kids.
Playing. Yeah, exactly.
Toys are for play. Books are for reading. It's when you put the comic book in this plastic casket, it's dead. It's like funeral.
Yeah, I'm pretty like guilty of keeping. I have a bunch of stuff on card, like toys hanging on the wall, but it's more along the lines of the card art. I appreciate because I got like this on card, like the Pizza Toss and Leo. It's because I appreciate literally all of it.
Yeah, the art and also you have stuff like,
oh yeah, that is awesome.
Designer toys. This was a gift. Grzesiek Terzbir, who runs Dziadostwo, a lot of Polish fucked up words. He's doing such things, and this is gift, and it's like 20 copies of this.
Wow,
one.
That's awesome.
I wouldn't afford it if it wouldn't be a gift. But that's the thing I want open, because it's more like art piece.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
like these toys behind me, they are unsealed. You can do whatever you want with them.
Yeah, I mean, I got a little mix. Yeah, I got some unsealed, and like the kids come up here, and I don't mind if they play with them. But I mean, like on the card, it's just
Yeah, they should.
Oh, absolutely. I know, like Joey.
Yeah, they should. I used to open some, I used to have some toys, some action figures like cheap Playmate stuff, Dick Tracy, Police Academy. You could even, like 10, 12 years ago, you could even buy them in Poland, which isn't so, so easy with such stuff, but you really could buy them for cheap. So I bought like box or like, a lot of them. But I used to open them to play, to give it to my daughter, like here, like, or just give it away to other kids, because I've had like, like a lot of it. When I started to live on my own, when I got married, it was, I hope my wife won't watch it. It was 14 years ago, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was 14 years ago when I was on my own for the first time. And you are on your own, you have your own flat, apartment, you have your own money, and you have a big backlog of pop culture stuff, junk culture that you would like to have. Toys, games, especially for Famicom cartridges,
Right.
Toys, comics, movies on DVD, a lot of stuff, and I started to buy, what I could, and I was running a blog about it called Slime. For 2 or 3 years, I was writing about such stuff, but at some point I thought, like, stop, okay. But also because we live in 2 rooms flat, my daughter appeared, we didn't have place, I didn't have this studio, like this studio is I'm here like for maybe 5 years, so the space and money, it can really be a good, I think, good shower, like cold one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, for sure. So, like, we talk about. So, what's your go-to like games, like board game wise? Like, what was your big influence on those?
Board games,
or just tabletop games in general?
Yeah. You know what? That's the biggest problem is that I love this stuff. I love tabletop games, but I don't have time to play.
Yeah.
The problem that's the biggest problem, because when I grew up, when I was like 10, 11, 12 years old, my generation, like people born in 80s, we didn't have so much stuff in Poland. Like in 90s, when we were already older kids, we did have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, like few board games, some RPGs, a few comics titles on newsstands, and we devoured, like consumed everything like sponge.
Yeah.
Like, okay, there is a Warhammer. Let's check the Warhammer. Okay, there is these board games. There were like a lot of board games, like knockoffs.
Yeah, awesome.
Published in Poland.
Oh, I love it.
And the most popular was Talisman knockoff.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I watched a documentary on Talisman, and they talked about the Polish one.
Yeah, when certain Polish company lost the copyrights to publish Talisman, they were publishing it under title Magic and Sword. Then they changed the title to Magical Sword, and they just changed the art and did the same game in different boxes with different art, but the whole thing was the same.
Awesome.
And we used to play shit out of it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Talisman's awesome.
Yeah, so it was like a lot of different stuff, and it's still, now after years, after 20, 25 years, it comes back to me. And I have some pile of shame of games I would like to play, but I don't have time. Like today we played. Today I played Space Widows with a friend from Nerd Sirens, the Polish publisher of this game here in studio. We played some time ago. We played Neon Goons.
Yeah.
I ran Neon Goons because why the simpler game? Because we don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have place in my head to run a game with a big book and a lot of tables. So usually when I run role-playing game, it's something like Tunnel Goons or a mutation of Tunnel Goons.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm looking at the shelf and we play Gretchins. This is when we play, when our group meets, the playing group, and it's like if it's once in a month, it's great. We often play Gretchins. It is very simple board game, plays post-apocalyptic, Warhammer 40k, road kill between goblins.
I gotta look this up. Does it Games Workshop make it?
It's Gretchins. Yeah, I will show you.
Yeah, because Gretchins. So yeah, let's see.
That's the thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It's simple and it was really cheap. And there is.
It's really cheap.
Yeah, it is cheap, but it's worth. It's very good. So we play Gretchins.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to grab a copy of this.
I have this. I bought Cthulhu Death May Die, the big, huge board game, because I wanted to have a big, huge, successful board game with a lot of miniatures.
Yeah,
we played a few times, and that's very good game. But the biggest problem is a lack of time. I would love to play more. I am not, I'm not comfortable with playing online, and I'm buying games, and the pile of shame is getting bigger and bigger, and that's the problem.
Yeah, the pile of shame is always a thing. I got like a bunch of Warhammer minis that just don't get painted.
Oh, minis, unpainted minis is it's another story. I'm looking at a few dozens of such. I bought paints.
Yeah.
I bought everything needed to start, and then after but also after 8, 9, 10 hours of work, I have all this stuff in studio here, so I just don't have time.
Yeah.
Or I don't have this mindset that I would like to sit down and paint. I have energy to watch some movie or read for half of an hour, and then I'm just doze off, and that's it.
Yeah, I totally understand. That's the dilemma. As a kid, you always dream about having all this stuff. Then when you're old, you have the stuff, but you just don't have the time or the energy to actually play with it.
Yes, it's even you are like spending hours and hours online looking at the stuff that you would like to buy.
Yeah.
When you buy it, you are glad that you have it, but nothing more, because I don't have no, I can't show it because I have the laptop is on cable, so
no, it's fine.
However, that's the problem, but that's so-called first world problem.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
If I would have only problems like this, it would be great.
Yeah, 100% agree.
I have, how does it, sound like for people who have real life problems? Like I have too much minis to paint. Oh my God,
Something to be grateful for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's something I would like to be worried about all the time, but it's it's not. Life doesn't look like this.
No. Very awesome. Oh yeah, I gotta check out that Gretchen's. That's cool. What other what's the game you want to play the most that you haven't played?
I really wanted to play Space Widows, and I played it today, and I want to play again. So that's the first title. The second one, and I'm waiting for it, is Sword Widows by Casey Garsk, and it's coming soon. I would like to play the old. What was the title? The old Hero Quest
Mm-hmm.
with old minis.
Yeah.
I don't like. I'm not the type. I think that I hope so. That I'm not the type of old grumpy consumer who only likes the old stuff. But when it comes to miniature tabletop games with miniatures, I like this quirky, fat, unperfect minis.
Yes.
So I would like to play old Hero Quest, old games in general. I would like to play Blitzball. You have Blitzball in States. It is not available in most of Europe because I think that Blood Bowl could be too complicated for me, or I have Blood Bowl on my computer. So if I really have this, need to play, I play on screen.
Yeah.
So Blitzball, another Space Widows, Sword Widows. As a gamer, I would like to, not as a game master, as a gamer, as a player, I would like to play Dungeon Crawl Classics. I would like to finally play Morkborg. It will sound strange, but I didn't play Morkborg. I'm drawing the comic book, and I didn't play it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I know, but maybe some people think you know what, you're right. It's nothing wrong with that. But I really would like to play Morkborg one day with a good, with a good game master and have a good time. Because I read the book like few times, and not only the book. So the list is longer. The list is very big. I have also on my pile of shame, I have Warhammer Disc Wars. That's the Warhammer tabletop war game, but you don't use miniatures. You use the small discs.
Hmm.
Yes,
that sounds cool. I don't think I've ever even seen that.
Cool. That's another game you will probably. Yeah.
Disc Wars. I've never heard of that. Who makes that? Fantasy Flight?
Yeah. And I think it's available in States without any problem. And I have it like for 2 years, and I just open the box and that's all.
Yeah, this is cheap too. Perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm adding the stuff for your pile of.
Well, the biggest problem is I'll never play them, but the Gretchen's one, I think I could probably get people to play for sure.
Gretchen's are very good because the play takes like 20-25 minutes. You have the cardboard miniatures of their vehicles, and it's just fun. It's really good for warm up.
Perfect.
Before bigger play, before some kind of campaign.
Yeah. I am definitely interested in that. Like I've been getting hooked. I have a Dungeon Quest. I don't know if that was a big thing. There's like an old Games Workshop game where it's essentially a board and everyone races to the middle. There's like a sleeping dragon, and you grab as much gold as you can. You have to get back out of the dungeon before the sun goes down.
Okay.
Yeah, it is awesome. And like the best part is it's soloable. It's 1 to 4 players or 1 to 5. I think it's 1 to 4. So I just play it by myself.
I used to play when I was a kid. It's like we've had a lot of board games, quite cheap, frankly. We've had Bruce Lee board game,
Awesome.
and you could play solo, you could play alone, and I always cheated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're playing by yourself, who cares?
Yeah, that was like I was like looking around, and then even my parents wouldn't, no one gave up them, but I was like, I didn't feel good with it for a moment until I finished, and it was like, that's great, and I'm almost sure that the catchphrase on the box was something like video game without computer or something like this. So yeah, it was fun. Bruce Lee was fun.
I gotta see what this looks like. Was it like a Polish game?
Yeah, it was Polish game. It's like no one gave a damn about copyrights. You've had you've had like board game with commandos with Rambo and Commando on the on the box. You need to remind me later, and I will be able to find this stuff for you, and you will be you will be surprised.
Yeah, I'm very interested, especially like all the Polish ripoffs. I'm definitely interested in checking out. Unfortunately, I can't read it. But
I have on the shelf. I have Polish. Oh my God! It's a Polish Blood Bowl ripoff called Troll Football.
Oh man, that is awesome art too. That is phenomenal.
Yeah, but the art is really great. One day I will scan it because it's really awesome.
Yeah, another one I got to look up. Even if it's in Polish, I would be interested in just having a copy just to look at.
Yeah, some of these Troll Football isn't very expensive, but some of these games are quite, it's the prices are the prices can be very high, and I am not able to pay just for, some kind of nostalgic.
Yeah, I understand. Yes. I get that. But yeah, like original. So Hero Quest. Let's get back on to Hero Quest. So that was like I'm obsessed with Hero Quest. Like that was like my foray into board gaming. I got it for Christmas in the 6th grade. So I don't even know how old that is.
It's 11 or 12.
No, it would be actually 4th grade. Sorry, not 6th grade. So I was like probably 8.
10.
Yeah, 10. And like it's just shaped my life from there, especially because like I mean at that age, like the concept of like the rules, you don't really get the rules, so you kind of make up your own, but then inadvertently you are role playing, right? So like that was like my way into like the hobby. And I was just talking to somebody about this, like in my early 20s, stupidly I sold my 2 complete copies of the original Hero Quest. So dumb. I wish I never did. And then like it got to astronomical prices, like $300 to $500 American for a copy, like stupid prices. But then like the re-release. So I did get the re-release, and yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the sculpts, the mini sculpts.
Yeah,
but I mean it's better than nothing. As far I think, right?
They did it actually they did it a few months ago. It was published in Poland.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, but the price is like, I don't know, dollar is 4 or 4 zlotys. 4 Polish zlotys or 4.5, and the price is around $150.
Yeah, insane.
$150, and I'm like, I paid for the Cthulhu May Die. I paid like around 300 zlotys, and it was already a lot. It was already a lot of money, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, it's
for
definitely
both games.
yeah, it's definitely a lot of money. And
It's like a lot of money. The Hero Quest, the new one, it's like I'm not that huge fan, and I don't really. If it would be, I will say that if it would be 1-to-1, like recreation of the old game, I would really think about it. I don't know why the companies like Games Workshop. Maybe it's because copyright. It
Yeah.
is probably about low related stuff. They don't do like releases of vintage stuff, like 1-to-1 molds, 1-to-1 minis, because the prices of the old stuff, of the original figures, are way too high. Fortunately, you can find a lot of stuff in STL format, so that's also the way.
Yeah, it was a copyright issue because Hasbro, the toy company in the States, ended up like Milton Bradley was the original. And then the Games Workshop, like they had to take out the Chaos Warriors are like Dread Warriors now. So like they cut all the hero, like the Games Workshop like style out of it, and then made it just what it is now. But I mean, it's like I say, better than nothing. And they're releasing all the supplement, like all the extra add-ons for it. So it is pretty cool to see it all this after all this time. Like the ice one, I can't remember the name of the barbarian one. Like I remember.
I know what you're talking about. It will be released, or it is already released in Poland, because frankly, tabletop gaming is quite popular in Poland. Not RPGs, but stuff like Catan. This is quite popular. We have a lot of, board game related festivals, and a lot of games that are published outside Poland appear quite, early here.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some companies who are doing worldwide releases, like the Masters of the Universe Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
This is Polish. This is game. This is game produced and made in Poland. So board gaming as board gaming is quite popular.
Yeah, I mean that game we came to get in the States. So you got the one up on. I mean, I'd rather have the Master Universe mini games. So like what I did is I have a couple floating around here. I took the Master Universe Muscle Men and then painted them, put them on the base, and then painted them up. So I got like a Beast Man, and here's the He-Man one. So like that's how I had to do it.
For example, we don't have this stuff
here.
It's like we don't have a lot of. Now it slowly appears like Super 7 action figures, etc., etc. We still don't have access to a lot of stuff, or we do, but shipping is very best. Like you send stuff to me, so shipping is very expensive.
Yeah.
And I used to think that it would be great to live in the United States with all this great stuff, but also when I think about, for example, healthcare or gun problem, it's like I'm okay.
Yeah.
I don't need to have local comic shops and a lot of toys here. It's all right here.
Well, what? I was in Poland for about 6 months, and it was an elk.
Okay.
You ever heard of it?
Elk? Yeah.
Yeah. So then
I had exhibition in elk.
Oh, perfect.
Like 4 years ago or something. Yeah.
We would go to the movie theater there, and Polish movie theaters are bar none way better than the States. Like you could get like the drink, and I got like a Thanos topper on the drink, and then like a Deadpool one when we went and saw Deadpool 2, and then Infinity War was out when I was there. So like that was the coolest thing ever. We don't have these in the States. This is not a thing. like you can't get a cup with like a little figure on it.
With something on the top. Yeah, but I think that you were so you were in Poland like 4 years ago or
Yeah,
something?
about 4 years ago.
Yeah, so we might be in Elk at the similar time.
Could have been.
No, I think never mind. However, I was in Elk. I've had the exhibition there, and it might be. I think that it was in the same building as the cinema is, because there is a culture complex there.
There is, and there's a gym above the movie theater. It's across the plaza from a mall.
Ah, okay. Yeah, because all right. Yep.
So that mall was cool. It's this giant circle. You don't have it like that in the States. It's not like a giant, like you could literally, it was just a huge circle. And then my wife is like huge into Harry Potter, and everywhere I would go, I would buy her a version of a book in the local language. And I bought a Polish Harry Potter book. I don't remember which one now.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge, as people say. I don't like this word, but this is huge franchise, and
yeah, no, I mean, I'm not a Harry Potter guy.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm more like, especially considering what does J.K. Rowling do now?
Oh yeah.
But I from time to time I see this quote from Ursula K. Le Guin about Harry Potter. You can Google, find it somewhere, when she was asked about Harry Potter. What does she think about it after reading it? And I agree with Ursula Le Guin that it's nothing, it's nothing original. It's nothing really.
No,
I'm surprised. Why is it so? Why is it so big? But I think that it's a matter of the good time and place.
Yeah, it's right place, right time, 100%, absolutely. Yeah, that is a good way to look at it, especially because
I don't get it. I just don't get it. I was never a big fan.
No, I was too old. I was too old at that point too. But I mean, she's only 3 years younger than me, so I don't know what her excuse is. But yeah. So yeah, I was in Elk. Some great food, good pizza. Poland had a lot of good pizza for sure.
We have a lot of pizza joints. It's of pizza places. I live in my hometown. Rumia has about 50,000 citizens, and I'm sure that we have like 15 or 20 pizza restaurants or whatever places that you can. We have all the chain places like Pizza Hut, like Da Grasso, like Grub Benek, but we also have a lot of smaller joints, and it's like pizza is on you have like pizza and kebab on every corner, and that's the usual landscape. Even if you will go to small town like 10,000 people, you will find 2 places with pizza, or even 3, without any problems.
Yeah, and it's good. It's good pizza too. It's cheap.
Usually it's good. You need to be very vigilant about the pizza.
Yeah, I know.
You can get unpleasant surprises, really.
Another thing I really liked was I used to get a energy drink that was 99 cents, like whatever, like a one zloty, I guess. So it was like, it ended up being like 35 American cents or something.
Oh, the prices are, it's but it's you won't get energy drinks for such cheap now. I think I used to drink. There was an energy drink with like coffee with coffee taste,
Mm-hmm.
like coffee energy drink. So if you bought 3, you paid 5 zlotys, and I used to buy 3 and drink 3, and
Yeah.
I was ruined. Like I tried not to drink such stuff now.
I try to, but it's hard. It's hard in this business being old and trying to write stuff, get stuff. I mean, I'm sure you're the same way. Like try to get that liquid motivation.
I drink coffee. I drink like 6 or 7 coffees a day, and that's all. It's not healthy, but considering the fact that I don't smoke cigarettes since October, I don't drink alcohol since 2017 or so. I don't smoke weed since 2017 as well. I'm almost straight edge, so
Yeah.
the coffee is one of the last unhealthy things. Like it is, like if you drink 7 or 8, because 1 coffee per day won't kill you, but 7 or 8, I need to lower the number.
I'm exactly the same way. Yeah. Like I don't drink, I don't smoke weed, I don't do anything. The only thing I do is drink caffeine.
Yeah, but I used to smoke weed. I don't want to say that all the time, but to the extent that it was a problem. It was a problem that I wasn't able to start work without smoke, because I was, I had the mindset that I need to smoke to
be creative. Grow.
So, but I don't need it for I don't smoke for a long time, and actually all the tabletop art I did was already when I wasn't smoking. So I see that I can see the results that I can do. I can do as well or even better with clear minds, like not being stoned.
Yeah. No. So okay. So on the subject of Polish beer, I heard a rumor that the Polish government puts a chemical in the beer to give you headaches if you drink too much.
It's not a matter of chemical.
So it's true though.
Yeah, but it's called hangover. It's not a it's not a government chemical. It's just like if you drink, and for example smoke cigarettes at the same time, and you drink vodka, and and you ate something unhealthy, you will have hangover. That's
but
one more thing.
Yeah.
I heard it for the first time, really. I used to drink a lot. I used to drink a lot of alcohol, and I used to have a huge hangovers. And I was, still drinking, even if I knew that next day will be very hard. That's called alcoholism, actually.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the chemicals.
So that's not true. So the Polish government.
Of course, no. We have our government is. We have bad governments since I remember, but the chemicals in beer is not
true.
The thing. Yeah,
that's the urban myth I heard.
Yeah, that's the same like nanobots in
the shots and stuff.
That's I think that's the level of this.
So it's like a Polish conspiracy theory.
Maybe, but really, I heard it for the first time that Polish government adds some chemicals. I would buy the story that they add some chemicals for us to feel better, like we'll feel better.
Kind of like a Brave New World, like a happy drug, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
Something like that. I would be able to buy, but also they won't do anything that will make us feel better. So
Yeah, also true.
Anyway.
So, all right. Well, yeah, it was awesome talking to you. We're at the hour. I know it's late there. I'll get you home. Just real quick, like tell the like plug something. I know you got the Morkborg comic coming out.
Yeah. The most recent thing I'm working on, and I'm still working on it, is to Hell and Galgenbeck. That's the official Morkborg webcomic. Now it's webcomic, updated every Thursday. You can find it online at tohellandgalgenbeck.com.
Perfect. I'll put the link in the.
When we will have more episodes, I think in 4 or 5 months, we will complete the book, and there will be printed edition. I don't know if the guys will run Kickstarter or it will be just published. We have time. What's more, I'm always working on some projects. Now I'm drawing some hexes for the Land of Lore, if I remember the title correctly. I am doing some Neon Lords related art. First time in a while it will be drawn on paper.
Very cool.
Soon, I hope. Hopefully, I am also going to draw to create some concepts for minis, 28mm minis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a new thing, but soon, hopefully there will be a line of minis inspired by my comics and illustrations from games. Oh, there is a lot.
Oh, I think we talked about it. I think we talked about the minis. Yeah.
It's happening, but we need time. Everything takes a lot of time. The 4th issue of Frankenrocker and the Jailbait Punks is coming to your local comic shops in April, and then there will be trade paperback. And I'm looking at my wall, my board with the stuff I need to do, and there is a lot. But this is the main thing is to Hell and Galgenbeck. Hopefully, if it will be success, one day we will try to do Neon Comics of the Toxic Wasteland. We will see. I hope that it will happen.
I think
later.
It'll happen. It'll happen. Even if I have to sell a kidney to get it done, we'll do it.
Yeah, you can live without kidney. People can't live without comics.
Yeah, that's true. So, all right. Well, I thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit. I know it's only an hour, but it is late there. I want you to get home.
Yeah, it's 10 p.m. and I will go home. I promise. I like my studio. Sometimes I sleep here. I have this big, puffy place. However, today I need to sleep in home.
Perfect. With that being said, I will sign out. Thank you again, Luke, for hanging out with me, and thank you guys for watching. Talk to you later.
Yeah, it was great. Cheers.
Sewer Rats! Hello, friends out in Spaghetti Land. Joey Royale here at the Sewer Rats Incorporated booth in the Best Western in lovely Marlborough, Massachusetts. Please stop by the table and see the wonderful weird wares we are slinging this weekend. Ciao, paisans! 5 pies for total con. Oh, not bad. Here we go. Nice browning on it. Came with some free plates. Beautiful.
Catch the Sewer Rats live in your town real soon, and be sure to pick up your new favorite weird RPGs. Live out in the middle of nowhere? No problem. Send away today for your free Sewer Rats catalog. Send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Sewer Rats Inc., 118 North Washington Street, Carthage, New York 13619.